Hello, my wonderful people, my viewers and subscribers all over the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all. I don't land again like Land Rover, as on I know the culture here in Okute Daily Talk, where we speak to you the undiluted truth. We first take the headlines, then we come back to the real news of the day. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please endeavor to do that as soon as possible. Before we proceed, please hear this breaking news. This one, IPOB don't send message. Can't give this tribalistic human being, where his name be Musliu Akinsanya, or popularly known as MC OLUOMO in Lagos State. Please hear this breaking news. MC OLUOMO, IPOB send message to igbos residing in Lagos. You don't tell them, say, make on begin to relocate you, even as I'm talking to you right now. Trade fair complex. They don't begin their project all in Enugu State. So please make sure you join hands. Contribute anything you can contribute to. Buy as many shops as possible because Igbos Ghana because Oberije Megini Oberije Mwona Eba Haburo Ebo Bibi and we cannot live there for the rest of our lives. Here another breaking news. Igbos attacks. P2B did not appoint you as judge. Oh no, slams Ezife. This one, now this Lagos a problem. Now they cause all these things. This Lagos wahala. Now they bring all these ones. Will be say person we're not supposed to talk to another person. Gonna talk to another person simply because he or she believes he have the audacity to be vomiting whatever he likes from his mouth. Simply because you belong to the ruling party, which is APC, All Poverty Congress. Another breaking news here. Trouble for Peter Obi as firm asks CCB to investigate Labour Party flag bearer over secret assets in tax heaven. This heaven, it must be a very good heaven. Another breaking news: ISWAP commander Abu Mohammed, he don't go by his deputy over military attacks. While I know they finish you, while I tie up, I can't come and kill myself. Well, can I hear this one? This one is coming from the Right Reverend Father Mbaka, waiting to talk. And I quote, he said, pastors, priests offended God during 2023 general elections. Waiting this clergyman talk, I think this last Sunday, where he is giving his sermon. So my good people, on our way down and on our welcome to this Obonga channel where we speak to you the undiluted truth and nothing but the truth. We don't paint walls and do what? We don't give a propagandous news. Everything you hear from this platform is what is the truth and we get it from the right source. We don't give fake news. So anyone reporting my page about fake news, my dear, call back another day because this place is full already. Nothing like fake news in my platform. Nothing like fake news in my channel. All you get from here is what is the real truth. So let us proceed with the news of MC OLUOMO that as IPOB don't want them concerning the igbos attacks in Lagos. We don't tell them. We want to let them know. Say, I should go somewhere where we come from somewhere. So nobody should come and threaten us simply because you believe your state is the one that make Igbos what they are. Where is Lagos after 1970s, 1970 to 1970 war, where Igbos get only 20 pounds? And that 20 pounds is what they are using up to today to develop that same Lagos state that you people think is the most valuable state in Nigeria. Not minding the betrayal the Igbos suffered during the civil war between the Biafrans and the Nigerian government. But still yet, Igbos have not left Yoruba people behind. But the payback, what they can use to pay us back for all our numerous investments in their land is to be discriminating ethnic sentiments and the bigotries and here and there. Anyway, it is not their fault. But I should blame my Igbo brothers who never want to run when the rain start to beat them until they are being soaked in rain. That is the typical Igbo man. Igbo man had about so many. Unless the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has warned Igbos residing in Lagos State to be cautious of talks led by the former chairman of Lagos State National Union of Road Transport Workers, Musliu Akinsanya, popularly known as MC OLUOMO. Have he become former? I don't think so. Nigerian news report that this comes in the wake of the attack on igbos in Lagos during the governorship and House of Assembly elections. IPOB spokesperson Emma Powerful, in a statement on Monday, lamented the silence of Yoruba leaders over the attack on igbos and their businesses. According to Powerful, the silence of Yoruba politicians over the attack on igbos has shown that the age-long bitterness can be healed, stressing it is an indication that they agree with the plot to forcibly eject igbos from Lagos State, and we are ready to embark on that journey. He further urged the igbos in the state to protect their lives and businesses threatened by MC OLUOMO and his thugs. The IPOB spokesman added that the threatening igbos in Lagos State was a threat to entire Biafra, and they will respond to the situation shortly if care is not taken. Powerful said the indigenous people of Biafra, led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, condemned the numerous abductions and attacks on Ndi Igbo resident in Lagos by the notorious thugs and the criminals led by MC OLUOMO. In the interim, we encourage Ndi Igbo to form gallant groups to defend themselves from the tribal vagabonds and political thugs. Yoruba criminals and cultists recruited by the politicians are pushing the Igbos and expecting us to react, and we must respond to them shortly, or we must respond to them when the time is when the time is right. Because as far as I know, or as far as I can recount, till this moment, no any prominent Yoruba people have come out to condemn the ethnic sentiment and bigotry and ethnic profiling against the Igbos in Lagos State. That is the problem we are facing as I'm talking to you. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, he don't speak on being ranked 10th deadliest terrorist group in the world. This one is coming from Ejimako. You understand? From Aloy Ejimako. A special counsel to the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, Aloy Ejimako, on Monday reacted to the group being ranked as the 10th deadliest terrorist group in the world. Nigerian news had earlier reported that the rating was released by the Global Terrorism Index (GTI) of the Institute for Economics and Peace, that is IEP, based in Australia. People who don't know, don't know. Ejimako, in a statement made available to this platform, condemned the rating, which has stirred reactions describing it as false. But this is not the right way to go. These people have made this comment, which there's no any evidence. I repeat, there's no any evidence to back it up. Sue them to court. Sue them to International Criminal Court. Let them come there and defend themselves with their evidence. Kanu's lawyer wrote, a few days ago, several news outlets published a story to the effect that the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has been ranked the deadliest terrorist group in the world by the Global Terrorism Index of the Institute for Economics and Peace. Based in Australia, many other persons known to me, especially in America, including particularly the American military veterans of Igbo descent, which is based in America, collaborated with me in formally protest the alleged ranking to the GTI branch office in New York, USA. What we sought was simply a clarification to the effect that there was no such ranking such ranking, or that the GTI report was misleading. Indeed, it was misleading. Apparently, in response to these former protestations and the quantum public condemnations, the GTIO and the IEP earlier today reconsidered and published a clarification that did not state, imply, or even suggest indirectly that it ranked IPOB as the 10th terrorist group in the world. The clarification released by GTI states it is important, therefore, to differentiate between the peaceful activities of the group and its alleged involvement in violent activity. We have today updated the Global Terrorism Index 2023 to reflect these necessary clarifications. Ejimako further stated, in the interest of balanced reporting and as of a right of reply, I hereby request all media outlets which have previously published the story of the ranking to also publish this press release. The same request is made to media outlets which might not have published it previously. The said qualification can be accessed directly from the GTI or IEP website, according to Aloy Ejimako. Una get it? If you don't get it, please forget about it, because we are moving forward. So, without not missing words or taking much of your time, let us move to another news of the day. Igbo attacks. IPOB did not appoint you as judge. Ono slams Ezife. President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu spokesperson in the southeast, Dr. Joseph Ono, has berated the former governor of Anambra State, Dr. Chukwuemeka Ezife, over his statement on the attacks of the Igbos in Lagos State. Nigerian news record that the elder statesman had warned that if the attacks should continue, that Igbos will be forced to react. He also accused the All Progressive Congress of being at the root of the tribal issues in Lagos, and that is the gospel truth. Reacting to Ezife's statement, Ono insisted that it was not statesmanlike for him to make such claims. Ono argued that Ezife was inflaming passion to cause ethnic strife in Lagos State and other parts of Nigeria simply because he wanted to stress his ethnicity. But Ono said that the comments made by Ezife were disappointing and not befitting of his level of exposure, and all the security agencies to rise up the duty of averting national crisis because of inciting and derogatory comments such as the ones he accused the former governor of making. This is the problem we are having in that so-called Igbo race. A Yoruba man will say this, and another Yoruba man will never come out, not in any way, even if that Yoruba man is an opposition, either from APC or PDP, to counter what his brother, either elder or not elder, to counter it. No. Imagine what MC OLUOMO did in Lagos State. During the presidential election, his video went viral where he's threatening non-Lagosians, or if you are coming there to vote for another party, you better go back to your home, otherwise his boys or his thugs will deal with you. No any Yoruba man have ever come out to condemn that act or to condemn that statement. The same thing happens when he called a town hall meeting, telling his boys what to do. Any polling unit that APC is not winning, that they know what to do. And Mama Chinedu and the rest of them, that if you are not coming to vote APC, better sit back in your home. Later on, the police come out and say, oh, that with the disguise is a joke. A joke indeed. Okay, well, look at it now. A simple statement that this old man make. Another Igbo man have started attacking him simply because he speak against his own party. Ha! Igbos, which way forward? How do we get to this point? I mean, how do we fall to this level of hypocrisy? May God have mercy on all of you. Ono argued that the Ezife ought to refrain from statements that might incite the public, adding that the IPOB has not appointed him to be a judge over his case. So Ono said it is disappointing that a so-called elder statesman has reduced the respect his age and position in life accorded him, whereas he was supposed to lead the new generations of Nigerians. Dr. Chukwuemeka Ezife's comments were not only derogatory but inflammatory and capable of threatening the unity of Nigeria. I am disguised that such a respectable person can mobilize against another ethnic group. There may have been pockets of violence in Lagos as it was in other states during the election, but when an elder statesman that is saddled with the responsibility of uniting Nigerians turns himself into a tool for the stabilization of Nigeria, I become ashamed to share the same decade with him. For him to be telling the variable public that IPOB will be sworn in is only aiming to arm the gullible segment of the public against the constituted authority, and the consequences of his utterances, if not checked, may create a state of anarchy, and urge him to refrain from further making such utterances in future and allow the judges to do their work, because IPOB has not appointed him to be a judge. Ezefe has never hidden his dislike for Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, but he is now using irrelevant issues to foster divide and create instability and violence, inciting violence through his utterances, hiding in the guise of an activist. He has made himself an aspirant without a political party because he is now making the fight worse than Peter Obi, who came third in the election and is in court. But Ezefe is now taking the fight as if he was the candidate in question. So Ezefe is a case of an aspirant without a political party. He is publicizing a false narrative without evidence, according to Joseph Ono. Trouble for Peter Obi as firm asked CCB to investigate Labour Party flag bearer, secret asset in tax haven. The Code of Conduct Bureau, CCB, has been asked to prosecute the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi over his alleged failure to declare secret asset stars in tax havens while he was the governor of Anambra State. Nigeria report that a Lagos-based law firm, Lawflex, made this known in a petition dated March 23, 2023 and received by the CCB Secretariat in Abuja. According to the petition signed by Olukoya Ogumbaje, the firm called on the Bureau to commence an immediate investigation against Obi and invite him for questioning. The law firm threatened to seek a judicial review by way of an order of mandamus in a court of competent jurisdiction in a bid to compel performance of public duty if the CCB fails to take constitution against constitutional action within 30 days. Recall that the Pandora Papers project, led by the International Consortium of Investigation Journalists, revealed leaked files which were retrieved from 14 offshore service firms around the world, has shown how Obi failed to declare assets kept in tax havens. In 2010, more than 3 years after Obi became governor, he reportedly set up his first the secret company in the British Virgin Islands and named the company Gabriela Investment Limited after his daughter. The former governor reportedly first approached Access International, a secrecy enabler in the Monaco, France, to help him incorporate an offshore entity. He was also said to have been a director of Next International UK Limited for 14 months after becoming the governor of Anambra State. Meanwhile, the Section 6 of the Code of Conduct Bureau and Tribunal Act stipulates that public office holders cannot engage in or direct a private business except if it is farming. But Obi was said to have resigned from the company on May 16, 2008, which was 14 months after he was assumed office as Anambra State governor. Reacting to the allegations, Obi said the report did not reflect international investment practices. Another news on our hands here, ISWAP commander Abu Mohammed executed deputy over military attacks in their camp. A commander of the Islamic State of West African Province, Abu Mohammed, has reportedly executed his immediate deputy, Abu Dada. Nigerians understand that the Dada was executed for allegedly enabling military operation into their camp in Mokodolo and Bon villages, which led to the killing of 41 fighters, including Abu Zara Munia. Abu Dada was eliminated by the angry commander in the presence of other fighters in Kajere, Dogumba village in Mafa local government area of Borno State. Intelligence source told Zagazola Makama, a counter-insurgent expert and security analyst in the Lake Chad region, that Abu Mohammed accused Abu Dada of leading the failed attacks of March 19th in the Mafa, which resulted in the killing of scores of the terrorists and capturing of 2 of their gun trucks. The commander said that they had only 3 trucks, but that failure led to their capture by the military, noting that they couldn't watch his back as the military traced his footsteps to attack them in their camp while they were sleeping. The commander further said he was particularly pained because the military killed scores of his fighters and burned his foodstuffs and some newly acquired furniture meant for his wedding, which was by the corner. The commander, who is currently converging his fighters at Kajiri, Dogumba, Pula, Yagama, Alaye, and Mafa local government area of Borno State, vowed to revenge the killing of his fighters. They called the troops of the Nigerian army under the auspices of Operation Hardin Kai stormed the hideout of the ISWAP terrorist group in Dikwa local government of Borno State, killing 41 of the terrorists, including the commander Abu Zara. Meanwhile, troops of Joint Task Force Operation Hardin Kai have successfully repelled ISWAP attack on a military formation in the volatile northeast of Kunia, near Buratai town in Biu local government area of Borno State. The terrorists were said to have stormed the town at about 3 a.m. Monday, March 26, 2023, and attempted an attack on the military base. An intelligence source told Zagazola Makama, a counter-insurgents expert and security analyst in the Lake Chad region, that the ISWAP came in trucks and motorcycles, shooting sporadically, but a swift response from the troops put them in disarray. He said the troops later overwhelmed the terrorists in a gun battle and eliminated 8 of them while others fled the scene. The gallant troops further chased the terrorists in their escape route and intercepted 2 other terrorists who were trying to fix their motorcycle after it broke down and gunned them down. Another news we have in our hand here, according to Pastor Reverend Father A.G. Mbaka, he said pastors, priests offended God during the 2023 election. The spiritual director of Adoration Ministry, Enugu Amen, that is the Reverend Father A.G. Mbaka, has apologized on behalf of other clergymen in the country over their positions during the 2023 general elections. According to Mbaka, the pastors and priests offended God in different positions they took in the process of the just concluded selection called election. The fiery priest also apologized to God to forgive the clergymen who took different ways that were offensive to the God and the church. Mbaka, however, said he would not talk much of politics so as not to be sent back to the monastery again by the leadership of the Catholic Church in Nigeria. Nigeria report that Mbaka disclosed this on Sunday during a worship service at the Adoration Ground, Umuchibo, Nike, in Enugu State. He said, I apologize on behalf of all the priests and pastors for our shortcomings, particularly during the election and in this political period. We have offended God in the process, but let God forgive us because we have got it wrong. The power of God is above any rigging. The country is rotten. Let us use the times we are expensing for politicking to search for solutions to our problems. Politics is now dividing Nigerians, and all these politicians, I call them political hawks and vultures. The fiery clergyman also prayed for Nigerian women and their families, asking God not to allow blessings to depart from their families. Mbaka, whose mother also celebrated the Mass, said the motherhood comes with challenges and made special tributes to his mother, whom he discloses labored much during his birth. The cleric also stated that it was good to his mother, good his mother is still alive to witness his life and times that is time beyond. So that's all the thing take be, and we have other news on our hands here, so we need to disclose how it take happen. Nigeria reacts a happy hour. It don't already start in Akwa Ibom, across River State, as the newly governor-elect is about to be fulfilling his missions. Keyamo reacts as Labour Party purported PEP's governorship forms at 25 million naira. Now so the thing take bio. Now so they react. Every time you keep reacting, do the needful. You cannot do the needful other than propaganda and order he handles crimes and statements that is derogatory and not even good to hear or good for the ear to hear. Election tribunal petition. Election petition tribunal. Tinubu not running away. Lawyer gives update. The legal director of the Tinubu Presidential Campaign Council, Babatunde Ogala, has denied claims that the president-elect Asiwaju Bola Tinubu is running away from getting served court papers regarding the petition against his victory at the polls. Ogala also denied claims that Tinubu traveled out of the country in order to frustrate and delay the process at the election petition tribunal against his victory. This is as he revealed that Tinubu can't respond to the petitions filed at the election tribunal by the Labour Party presidential candidate P2B and his counterpart in the People's Democratic Party PDP. Atiku Abubakar, when he has not been served a notice. The lawyer disclosed that his principal had not been served the petition against him before he traveled out of the country. The development is coming at a time the Labour Party and PDP camps have accused the Tinubu camp of intentionally delaying the process by avoiding court papers. Based on the complaint, the election tribunal sitting in Abuja has ordered Obi and Atiku to serve him with copies of petition seeking to nullify his election through substituted means, specifically through his political party, the All Progressive Congress (APC). The chief spokesperson of the Obidati Presidential Campaign Council, Yano Satanko, was quoted by Punch to have expressed disappointment that the recent vacation trip embarked upon by Tinubu was another ploy to avoid being served the papers. He said they deliberately frustrated the process. That man, Tinubu, practically ran out of the country after evading being served the notice. But our party will serve him the notice through the APC. I am sure they must have received it by now. However, Ogala has rubbished such claims, insisting that they have not been served any notice. He added that there is no truth in claim that his principal also left the country to evade being served the notice. How can we fix a date for that? We will file our response before the time lapses, he said. Ogala pointed out that Tinubu's absence would not start the process as speculated. That is false. In fact, as of this morning, Tinubu has not been served a copy of the petition. They only obtained an order for substituted service on Friday, so they have to serve him. The earliest they can serve is Monday, and he has 21 days from there. So when he have not served somebody, you cannot expect him to respond until we are served the petition copy. That is when our time will start counting, he said, according to the spokesperson. So my good people of Biafra, the lovers of freedom and the lovers of mankind, my Nigerian people, my Obodo people, all my viewers and subscribers all over the world, anywhere you are, I just salute you and I welcome you to this early morning broadcast. Today happens to be Tuesday, and today's date happens to be the 28th of March in the year of 2023. So my people, now so I will take CMO, and now so we will take the Dua. And so we just carry the matter, they go one after the other. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please endeavor to do that as soon as possible. Turn on the notification button so that you'll be notified each time we go live or we post something new on this channel or any other channel related to Okuta Daily Talk. Please, as you watch finish, make sure you share this message, share this video, make sure that it gets to every nooks and crannies in your area, in your working places, in anywhere you are residing, anywhere you are occupying. Make sure that your friends, your well-wishers out there, they get this message in blue and black. So my people, now here we will take back our load and go with the go-so. Have a nice day, and may the Almighty Tukokiabiama, the greater God, bless us, the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, as we conclude this early morning message. Have a nice day, my people. I will see you again when I come back with another blockbuster of broadcasting that will put you to know that this country is really in a deep trouble. But whichever way it is, the Almighty Tukokiabiama must surely see us through. Have a nice day, my people. Bye for now. Que Messiano.